What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. Another episode for you. Us brothers going to geek out over some things that we've watched and some news and some real world issues as well. Guys, as always, please check the description if you want to skip the catch up that we do, what's going on with the brothers, if you want to skip the real world news that we cover and our thoughts around that. If you want to get straight to the geek out stuff, check the description. The timestamp will be there. You have the flexibility to skip to any part of the show. As always, joined by Kibbs, but he is off camera today because he's currently changing nappies. I don't think you want to see that live on the podcast, doo-doo and whatnot. But yeah, Kibbs, how you doing, man? How's everything going?
What's happening, bro? All good, man. Yeah, I'm changing the nappy, but what she just did now is something that I don't even know what to say right now.
But
Not even that. She just dropped her dummy behind the heater, bro.
oh
Behind the
no.
radiator.
Oh no.
I don't even know how I'm gonna get that out. I do want to. Yeah, exactly. You want to put your hand down there and try and get that? Because my hand ain't gonna fit in there. Yeah. So yeah, daddy duties, poo duties, bad breath, and dummies. Okay, so you're gonna have to stand here while I try and do operation right now and try and get this too. No, don't be upset. Don't be upset. Oh, my baby, don't be upset. Don't be upset. You dropped a dummy there. But other than that, bro, daddy duties. I'm actually feeling my age right now. It's getting. I don't know, honestly, how dad did it with four of us and trying to keep control of the things. And I don't know. I got no idea, but I've realized how demanding it is, isn't it, Bubble? And yeah, she's cute though, man. She's walking around the house a lot more.
That's amazing.
She's brave enough to kind of just stand up and then like find her balance. She's got her balance, and she'll take like probably about 15 steps, and then she'll like start losing, and then she'll sit back down. But she's proper walking around now.
But that's awesome. That's awesome. Can't wait to see them next week.
Yeah, no, it'd be good, man. You could take them away, let them stay at mum's, and you look after them, bro. Change the nappies and everything, bro.
Nah, I'll leave that to mum.
But yeah, other than that, getting there, guys. It's been a busy couple of weeks. I know I didn't catch up on last week's show. Oh, just again, it's really hard to find the time now because Nia's won now, and as you can see, she doesn't even want to sit down right now, which is full on.
Well, we can't see because the camera's not on, but we can hear
it.
it.
Yeah, it's full on. Okay, let's try and work this out. How you been, bro? That's nasty, man. What are you doing?
I think on my side's all right. Just looking forward to coming home next week. Yeah, it's just been a busy week. You know, I injured myself in jiu-jitsu on Monday, so I haven't trained properly, man. I shouldn't have done it, but I rolled with the biggest dude there. And I was just like, oh, it might as well. And it just, because of his weight, I mean, weighs over 100 kgs at least, and I weigh 57 kgs. Just because of the pressure, it injured my rib. And now that I'm older, I don't push through with these injuries. I immediately took the next day off. It really hurt that night, but I took the next day off. And I felt a bit better, but I was like, no, I'm not going to risk it. Doing martial arts like wrestling and kickboxing or whatever, MMA, I don't want to take any pressure on the ribs. So I literally took the week off for martial arts. I just knew it would be good. So yeah, I haven't trained that well this week. I mean, I also got this mad case of tennis elbow, which has been so painful, I've never had it this painful. I know I've had it before. I remember in Singapore, I had tennis elbow on one elbow and golfer's elbow on the other side. But for at least a year and a bit, but they weren't as painful as what I got right now. It was just irritating. But these are so painful. This is so painful right now, so I'm trying to rehab that as well, which is annoying. So body's a little bit breaking down, but it's cool. I'm gonna train hard next week, and then when I'm in the UK, I'll take a week off and then like I may do some maintenance stuff in the UK. But yeah, other than that, you know, things have been cool. Bit frustrated as always with Dubai as usual. Still got this hole in my ceiling and the roof
Mother.
all week,
So what
man.
they're saying?
So I mean, it really frustrates me just because of the way people don't. I really hate the way these people don't consider other people. They're not what's the word? Considerate to other people. So
Yeah.
last week Saturday, landlord's like he's gonna bring this dude. He's gonna take a look Saturday morning. So I'm like, all right, cool, no worries, that should be fine. To be fair, Elia came back, so it was kind of like we're gonna take the Saturday and chill anyway. But I was like, all
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
listen, we'll stay at home. My guy doesn't even respond or nothing. Landlord doesn't give me no update or anything. I'm starting to get a bit frustrated. And I'm like, bro, are you guys gonna show up? Guys don't even message till late in the afternoon, evening. And he's like, oh, we're gonna come in the afternoon. I think the guy's a bit busy and whatnot. I was like, all right, cool. Doesn't even show up in the afternoon. No, I'm so sorry, bro. Couldn't come. And I'm like, you know what, bro? Like, we kind of it's a Saturday, like it's
Mm.
our day to do stuff. We kind of stayed at home all day waiting for you guys to come. It's getting a bit frustrating that we wasted our day. And then he's like, "We'll come Sunday." I'm like, "Listen, bro, if you come Sunday, you need to come between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. because we're gonna go out, and I'm not gonna stay at home waiting for you lot, right? Because I'm getting landlord's cool, but I'm getting a bit frustrated. But I don't want to be rude. But I'm not wasting my days because these people, not the landlord, it's the worker, it's the
Mm.
contractor, don't give a shit about other people's time. Really don't. I get angry because of how inconsiderate they are. I try to control myself. So anyway, he comes Sunday, the morning, whatnot, checks it out. So my guy, landlord's talking to him. They're talking about Monday, the next day, next day. And this is what pisses me off. If you're busy, if you got contracts to do, why don't you say there and then, no, we can't do Monday. I've got some contracts to do. I could do Wednesday, Thursday, right, whatever it is, right? So I'm telling the landlord. So anyway, he's talking to him Monday. My guy don't say nothing. He's like, yes.
Mm.
I'm telling the landlord, like, I know I fly next week, but I'm telling the landlord I'm flying tomorrow just to give a deadline because I know how these people are. They don't, like, I know with deadlines and shit, right? And the way Dubai works, right? Bro, it comes Monday, no response. I'm like, is this guy coming? No response. In the evening, I get a message. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've been trying to contact him all day. He's had a few contracts and he couldn't come. I was like, so why did he even agree on Sunday to say he's gonna come Monday? Why didn't he say that? What's wrong with these fucking people? So I'm now frustrated. Then the landlord goes, look, he's agreed to come on Thursday and Friday. And I'm like, I've been telling you for the longest time that Friday I'm flying out. Like, I've told you this for the longest time. What do you mean he's coming Friday? No, he can't come Friday. Let him come Thursday and do what he can. Thursday comes. Surprise, surprise. No fucking contact from anyone. Don't hear anything from anybody. I'm like, bro, is this guy coming? Like, what's happening? I'm flying out tomorrow. Like, I can't leave for a month with a hole in the ceiling. What if it rains? What's going on? Ah, bro, this guy said he's had a back problem and all this sort of stuff. I'm like, now I'm frustrated. I'm like, fuck's sakes, bro. Like, now it's a month. I'm gonna be leaving with a hole in the ceiling. It's been 2 months like this. This guy's not even reliable. You just like him because of the price. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is really, really bad, man. What if my shit gets damaged? I don't care about your house anymore. What if my stuff gets damaged? Because now there's a hole in the roof. So anyway, that's just been the conversation. This fucker obviously didn't show up. So I'm just so frustrated with the way things work in Dubai. It's so backwards. And then so tomorrow I've got this ladder. So tomorrow I'm just gonna go to the roof. I'm just gonna do some, DIY with some fucking duct tape and plastic bags and try and cover the whole area and everything. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Just so frustrated. That's all I could do. That's all I could
So
do. I mean,
what's the landlord saying though? If anything gets damaged in the house?
nothing. I mean, the thing. What's anyone gonna do? The thing is, you can't even say you're gonna pay for this. No one's gonna take accountability. That's what the point. That's how Dubai works. Dubai, I keep saying to you, is a land of scams, crooks, and scammers. They will always steal your money. No one will ever compensate you for shit that they've done for you. That's Dubai. Dubai
Mm.
is Gotham City. We're here to scam you. So it's just frustrating. The fucking developer who built this fucking house let the landlord down, right? Because they ain't helping the landlord. So that's the developer, $1 billion
Oh,
company not helping the landlord. They're crooks, they're scammers. That's how they make billions. They've cut corners and shit. Fucking crooks. And then, look, I give the landlord credit because he's trying, but just people are letting him down or whatnot. He had to finally come to a conclusion that the developers have fucked him. So he had to come to that, but he was fighting it for the longest time. And I don't blame him because I'll be in the same position. But that's Dubai for you. That is Dubai for you. Dubai is Gotham City. Dubai is Instagram. Everything looks amazing. I want to be the best. I want to show you I'm the flashiest. We're the best city in the world. But internally, it's fucked up. I've been reading these books, Islamic books, and it was talking about the chapter on was talking about like taking compliments and showing off, and it's like taking compliments actually it's not a good thing when it gets to your head. So you need to manage your ego when taking compliments. And sometimes it might not be good to take compliments. And showing off is also haram, right? It's also not a good way of living Islamically. But Dubai is all about showing off. Dubai is fully about showing off. Like, look at this, look at us, look at the biggest building in the world, all this sort of stuff. They love doing it. But there's no humility. There's no humility towards everything that they show off. It's all Instagram. It looks amazing, but internally, behind the scenes, it's all fucked up. And that's what upsets me, because it is a beautiful city. There's amazing things about it, but it's just the way it's set up and the infrastructure behind it, underneath everything. It's just messed up. No consideration towards the people here. All these businesses get away with scamming people out of money and no consider. When the ceiling fell down, the first thing the developer tells me, I'm the fucking tenant, is like, we're not paying for it. I'm like, you haven't even asked, is the family okay? Is my family okay? My wife, I don't have kids, but if my kid's okay, what about our safety first? But you're so programmed in the Dubai ways and the way the developers has programmed you to be like, oh no, we're not paying for it. What about ask if we're safe first? No, none of that sort of shit. I'm just like, you lot are pathetic. The way the place is set up, money is king here, man. It's like, yes, I came, a lot more religious being here, and there's a big religious element here. But I tell you something, man, money is what they chase here more than anything. So I just
100%.
it's so frustrated. It's so frustrating that it's like that. It's upsetting, and it's disappointing and whatnot. But no country's perfect. I know that. No city or country is perfect. But it's just the way these people have no consideration. Like I wish. Like I think bad things. Like I know they're here hustling. Like, if you're here hustling, then hustle. But don't hustle me out my money. Don't be a crook. There's so many people that's robbed me for like 50 dirhams or whatnot. I'm like, that's it? That's all you hustled me for? And that's it? You lost business now? Like you happy that you made an extra 50 dirhams? Now I'm never gonna call you. So you lost way more business just because you wanted to steal 50 dirhams from me. All right, take it. Like it's so like that. And I'm like,
But the way they see it is they do that to 100 people, they made a shitload of money, innit?
yeah, but then there's
It's a
100
numbers game, bro. It's a
Yeah, but that's
numbers game. But then
100 people's business they lose, and that's 100 people telling them don't go with this guy. There's 100 people posting on Facebook and all these sort of things. Don't go with this person. They're crooks, like calling them out. And also, you talk all this religious talk, and I know we're all hypocrites when it comes to religion because we all do things. But all this religious stuff, and then what your first thing to do is to rob people. It's just upset. It's just frustrating. I mean, this place is, it really knows how to push my buttons. Really has been for the longest time. And I'm trying to not be stressed. And, first thing you log into work, trying to deal with work, trying to deal with the landlord, getting disappointing news with the landlord, trying to reassure your wife, your partner, she's putting stress on as well. You know how hard it is not for me to turn Hulk and just Hulk smash the shit out of the fucking place? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking
I know,
hard, bro.
I know,
To not
I
just
know.
go crazy and I don't want to say anything wrong to my wife. Is she's just concerned as well. But the frustration with everything, I want to snap on everyone. So anyway, tomorrow I have to go up there, just fucking wrap the whole fucking ceiling and the roof with plastic bags. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna duct tape the shit out of the whole fucking roof with plastic bags and shit. So, that's the only thing
So, bro, you know what? Show me a show me a video later on, so I can give you an idea of what to do to kind of keep it safe for the meanwhile. Do you guys you got some spare bricks or anything there, or rocks and stuff?
I could get rocks. I could get rocks. Yeah.
Yeah, find some rocks. All right, cool. We'll catch up and we'll go from there. I need to see the damage so that at least I can help you to secure it properly.
Yeah.
But it's a shame
I'll
it's
send a
like
video
that.
tomorrow because I don't have no videos. But yeah.
Yeah, send me a video tomorrow, and then at least you know what you have to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, that was my rant. That was my rant for the week. But I'm gonna watch Bad Boys this week, so I'm looking forward to that this weekend. So that'll be something to do. And then next weekend I'm coming home, so I just can't wait for that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, not too long, bro. Not too long. Don't worry.
Too
Not too long.
long. What else has been going on, man? That's it, man. I mean, any other updates from you before we get into it? Yeah,
Yeah,
Wow.
like hello, Ania's saying right now. Not much, guys. Listen, it's been actually super busy, not with just work life, but even with the Brothers Geek Out stuff. You know, we got to go to see the UK premiere of Bad Boys the other day, and as you guys will see on our socials, Big Willie Style himself shared our reaction, which is insane, bro.
That's sick.
I'm still in awe. Like, you know, that's he already commented on the video, which is crazy. And then, you know, he comments on our reaction. Now, just to let you guys know, and we'll go into a bit of a deep dive later on, but Will Smith commented on one of our TikTok videos. It was like 2 months back when the poster came out. And then we saw the screening on Monday. And then on Tuesday, was it Tuesday or Wednesday? Somebody sent me the link. I didn't even know that he shared it on his Instagram stories.
Amazing.
Yeah, and yeah, it's been mad. But listen, guys, go check out the channel. We've got so much content. I'm not sure. You're right. We have been shadow banned or something because our views have been horrendous recently.
On YouTube, especially.
But yeah, because like on everything else, we're kind of really all right. But on YouTube, especially, and I know recently we got revoked on some guideline issues or something. I don't know what it was.
What, with
But
YouTube? I didn't see
yeah,
that.
I got the message the other day. But anyway, listen, it's not our main focus. You know, the main thing is us getting the podcast out there and kind of going from there. What's up, Baba? And then, oh baby. But check it out. We've got some really good interviews up at the moment. So we've got the director. Oh, sorry. Give me a second, guys. G-Man, you start.
Okay, we'll get into that stuff later on. Let's just quickly talk about and get into real world issues. And guys, as usual, check the description if you don't want to hear our thoughts about this. But we do have to, you know, we find it that there's a responsibility to talk about it in our opinion and at least give our thoughts. But you know, as always, free Palestine, free Sudan, free Congo. It's still ongoing. There's so much more going on, guys. As always, check. You got to check the private news sources, the independent news sources, which will give you the full story of what's happening in these places. The mainstream propaganda media will never give you the full story because there's agendas there and whatnot. I mean, this week, you know, so again, you know, Breaking Points, Mark Lamont Hill, you know, check those out. Zateo, check those out. But you know, this week the one thing I was reading was you know, the US was putting, you know, sanctions on the ICC because they put a what you call it, arrest warrant out for those yahoos and that Yahoo in the Israeli government, right-wing government, which is right for war criminals, for war crime. And for the fact that the US is putting sanctions on them, it's kind of like they've really made the US look bad in this whole thing. Like it's really showing the globe like where they stand with humanity. It really has. I mean, to put sanctions on the ICC, so it's based, and I've heard this from some senators as well. They were like, oh no. These international laws, it's not for us. It's for those savages in the global south. It's for Africans and that savage in Russia and whatnot. It's not for us in the West. We're not a part of, you know, we don't have to respect international law. That's not according to us. So see, it's all bullshit. They don't respect international law. As Rogan put it in one of his videos, genocide's not okay unless we're doing it. That's exactly what it is. You know, all the war crimes and all the war criminals coming out of the US and the Western world, Europe, Britain, Israel. It's kind of like, oh no, we're allowed to do that, you know. But listen, if they're from Africa or the global south or even Russia, then no, put criminal court cases on them. It's disgusting. They've really lost so much faith in the world. I mean, the world is seeing it. It's I don't know. It's crazy, but.
It's double standards, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Double standards.
I mean, everyone's seeing it.
Rich and poor. But now it's like, bro, I'm telling you that I swear since COVID, governments and countries have been jokes, bro. Like you finally seen, like we've always known that there's a different agenda to them people in power because they see themselves far more superior than the everyday folk. And we're just law-abiding citizens. But after that the genocide that's been happening and it's more public about it, people are seeing the truth. People are seeing the truth. People are standing up for the truth. But it's double standards, bro. Americans have always been full of shit anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they're really showing it, and social media and internet's really showing it so much. I can't believe they're just willing to lose all that face just for Israel. Why not just, if you really want to be the global peacemakers, why not do the right thing and stop this genocide? I mean, it's disgusting. You know, I was just about to say that you know, there was an Irish prime minister who spoke out in Ireland, in the Parliament House in Ireland, and boy, he got emotional. And he was just like, I hope Yahoo burns in hell. Like, what is that? Where's the soul of the Israeli people? It's crazy. But this week was like some Israeli flag thing or something, whatnot. And you had all these illegal Israeli settlers, you know, attacking people and calling genocidal and racial things in West Jerusalem. You know, again, this is not on mainstream news. Of course it won't be on mainstream. So you got people in the West just saying free Palestine, stop the genocide, please stop killing innocent people, please stop killing innocent children. You know, just that, right? You got a couple of idiots that might say something, but then you got a whole group of people in Jerusalem who are waving the Israeli flag saying death to Arabs, death to Muslims, attacking
G-man,
people.
give me a moment. I'm going to jump back on the call, but you continue.
Yeah, okay, cool. Death to Arabs, death to... And nowhere for the mainstream news. I mean, it's the racism is disgusting. And the double standards. And then that's why it's propaganda media, because you're just trying to show one side of the story to thing. I mean, Malcolm X has the best quote about this, and everyone keeps posting it because it's so relevant, whether it's something to do with the, you know, be careful of the newspaper, because they will have you loving the oppressors and hating the oppressed. And it's exactly what it is. It's 100% exactly what it is. So, you know, that's been, you know, been troubling and whatnot. And again, people are like, you know, how come I don't know about this? How come no one's talking about all the other wars? First of all, because your mainstream publication, I keep saying this, your mainstream propaganda media doesn't talk about other situations. I mean, I'm learning more about Sudan and Congo as I'm researching it, and that's why it pops up on my feeds and on Instagram and YouTube. You know, what's happening in Congo is disgusting, and you know, because of the minerals and the cobalt mines and you know, the stuff that we use in our phones and our laptops and electric cars, is causing like so much like death and stuff in the Congo, and civil war, and you know, all from minerals and stuff, you know. And because of these technology companies, I just want to, you know, they're a big part of just buying these minerals, of course. And then the government, obviously, there, I wouldn't say is perfect either. But when the big technology companies are not putting the right infrastructure in place and they just want the minerals, they don't give a fuck where the minerals are coming from. It's like that movie Blood Diamond. Nobody gives a shit where the diamond comes from as long as they just get it. It's the same thing with these cobalt, the mineral cobalt. The technology companies like, just bring it to us, we'll buy it cheap. They don't give a fuck the way it's being mined by, it's literally a slave labor going on there. Women with babies on their back mining this up. You got gangs basically killing each other and whatnot, trying to get these cobalt mines, and then they sell it to these technology companies. So, you know, I'm learning more about that. I'm learning more about fucking this guy called Leopold, who was like a Belgian king, just like in the late 1800s, early 1900s, Bro, my guy killed over like estimate 15 to 20 to 50, oh, sorry, 10 to 15 million people in the Congo, not mentioned in any history books, not mentioned at all. I'm like, why am I learning about this guy now? Why have I never heard this guy's name? Because why? He killed 10 to 15 million African people. So that's why we never hear about him. So
it's the narrative, bro. It's the control over the narrative, which is changing now.
Exactly.
So where we're taught in schools that, you know, what the British did was, yeah, we did it for our country, blah, 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 and the rest of it, to make us feel like, oh, yeah, shit, yeah, what they did was good. But then you realize after, sustainability-wise, when people start knowing the truth and start doing research themselves, start learning history themselves, it changes the whole narrative structure to say, hold up, these motherfuckers still from my country, and they're doing what they're doing now, and they're trying to justify it.
Yeah,
Somebody was telling me about Alfred Hitchcock the other day, and I was like, bro, that guy caused famine in India. That guy killed bare people, bro.
No, not Alfred Hitchcock. You're talking about
oh shit, one time about fucking. Oh, sorry, I'll stop for like. Sorry.
Oh yeah, who's the prime minister? I was just about to bring him up as well. What's his name? Fucking
Hitchcock, you know.
Alfred Hitchcock. Good evening. Remember that?
Sorry. Hold up, bro. Nia's not settling.
It's all right.
Give me a moment, guys.
I don't know why I've gone blank on this guy's name as well. The prime. Oh my god! Why? Come on, G. This is where my memory. I get frustrated with my memory. The fuck's his name, man? Oh, I gotta Google this motherfucker. How can I forget this idiot's name? Ah.
You're gonna have to Google him, bro.
How my brain? I can't. Winston motherfucking Churchill. This is what gets me, bro. This is what gets me.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Alfred fucking Hitchcock. Winston motherfucking Churchill. Like sometimes my brain frustrates me because it can't even. I don't know if my brain capacity is max, but actually I got shit memory. But how can I not remember this guy's name? Winston Churchill. But you know what, bro? Yes, the famine that he caused in India. I was listening and of a justification. And it was, of course, that guy, Douglas Murray, who I can't stand. He's just a racist. I think I don't agree with what he says anyway. But anyway, they were trying to justify it. And they were like, you know, some of the key points that they were trying to put, it was like, it was World War II. There was a war going on and stuff like that. It's like, fuck off, man. I mean, the guy literally said that, you know, like he said literally things about the Indian people just being lower class of people and all that sort of stuff. End of the day, they just don't want to admit that these old leaders were pieces of shit, and these new leaders are pieces of shit. And I'm not just talking about the Western leaders; they're all over the world. People just don't want to admit it and justify this thing. Same thing was happening now. You're literally justifying babies being blown up in Palestine. You're literally justifying slavery that's happening in the Congo. You know what I mean? Like for our benefits or whatnot. There's always going to be justification for this shit. But yeah, this guy caused famine and shit like that. But same with this Leopold dude. Like, why is he not in the history books? No, but they won't do that because again, you know, it's the Western history. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Because it's like you tell history for what it is. Like, we got to learn from this. Without knowing, how are we supposed to learn? So we're supposed to learn from this. Like, yes, listen, there was these positive things, and I'm sure every person or everything had positive things, right? Churchill, at the end of the day, one of the positive things you could say was he brought Britain to victory with World War II. I mean, look, Russia was massively involved with World War II. They don't get the credit, but millions of Russians died, and without Russia, they say that the World War II, they wouldn't have beat the Nazis straight up. But listen, he was a big part of the war campaign that happened. But end of the day, he done horrible shit like Dresden and the famine in India. Like, yes, speak about the positives, speak about the negatives. Like, people got to learn from this shit, man. But yeah, this Leopold dude, because he killed Africans. Nobody gives a shit in this side of the world. They don't want you to know that. Right, that's why he's not in the history books. What's happening in Sudan as well? I'm trying to learn now, but there's a whole civil war stuff going on with some rebel army against, I think, like the government army or whatnot. I'm still trying to learn more about it. But again, why don't I know about it? Why is it not in mainstream media? Because they don't want you to know, because they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. So when people try to ask, oh, why doesn't no one talk about the other world issues? Well, why don't you ask your mainstream propaganda media to talk about them, and then maybe people will. But bare people don't know nothing. And even with Palestine, I have loads of people. I've had few people, even with my small Instagram following, I've had few people from my Instagram following telling me like, gee, like, I'm literally learning about this from your Instagram stories because I'm posting stuff. Like the mainstream news does not talk about this at all. They don't know about what's happening in Rafah. They don't know about the real beheaded baby. They don't know about the lies that the Israeli propaganda they put out there. They're learning it from my Instagram. And I'm like, exactly, this is what I'm saying about the mainstream propaganda media. They won't speak about us things. So that's why it's important for us to keep sharing, even though I got a small Instagram following. People are learning shit, and that's what's important about us talking about these things.
Yeah, it's about education, bro. It's about sharing it. It's about people knowing. But then, listen, bro, there are a percentage of people that they live in their own worlds. They live in their own little bubbles. Some people don't care, bro. I've heard people say, "Listen, man, I just switched that shit off. I got to
Yeah.
stop swearing. I'm so sorry,
A lot of
Nia.
people,
I'm so sorry."
I was
Yeah,
like that when I was young. I was like that when I was young. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the mainstream media told me terrorist attack. I was like, fuck it. I don't want to know. I was like that. I was a victim of that. But now I just can't take it no more. Because again, the reason being is because it is all over social media. Now you can't ignore it. Whereas back then, I didn't have social media. I didn't know. I didn't have Instagram and all that sort of stuff. Only in 2018, I think, when Israel attacked, when it was, again, they were doing a murderous or mowing the lawn and all that sort of stuff. Then I started learning about it, and I was like, what's going on here? So this is what I'm trying to say. That's how recent it is for me. But before that, I didn't know because the mainstream media didn't tell me anything or the truth. So a lot of people are like that now, but now there's less excuse because there's mainstream. But listen, you can't. Like I say, man, I can't force people to talk. You can't. In my opinion, I can't force people, regular people, to talk. If you have an influence, then I do think, depending on how you want to use your influence, you should use it towards helping and getting people aware of what's happening. But again, you can't force people. You can't. I don't think that's right. If someone chooses to ignore it, if someone chooses to believe what they want to believe, based on the research that they've done or whatever it is, or just whatever the narrative is, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But some people, like I see, I would bring up this idiot all the time, the traitor of all traitors, the most useless Palestinian on the planet, that DJ Khaled dude. And I hope, and when I say I hope, he should be cancelled. I hope he's fucked. He's a traitor. He's a disgrace. He, ain't saying a single word. Like, ain't saying a single word. Fucking, people like him, I would cuss. It's important for us to talk about it, guys. It really is. It is important to share the message. It is really important to get people aware of it. Some people will not. Don't worry about them. You keep posting it. And notice people are reading your stories. Trust me, people are reading your stories. They're getting aware. They just might not want to say that because they don't want to get involved with politics or whatever. I don't get involved with politics. I don't speak about it at all outside of this podcast and on my Instagram. Outside of that, I might speak to a friend about it, but at work or whatever, in general conversations with random people, I wouldn't bring it up. I wouldn't bring it up at the gym. You know what I mean? So, of course, in work, I'll never bring it up with anyone, even though I know the people I'm talking to see my stories and shit. I'll never bring it up to anyone. Don't need to. So, yeah, anyway, that's just been, my thoughts this week about all of that. I don't know what's happening, man. That Yahoo is definitely not going to stop the war because it's in the best of his political interests. As soon as he stopped the war, he's getting arrested. The case is on him, hopefully on him for being a war criminal, but his own country is against him, for all this corruption and whatnot. So as soon as he stops the war, he's done. That's why he's doing whatever he can to keep the war going. But what will happen is the US will just take him and just give him asylum in their country. They can just come hide out here in Florida or whatever. So he's safe. The US will protect him because they're criminals as well. It's fucked up. I was telling Ash last week, I'm reading this book called Operation Paperclip, and it's fucking deep. Operation Paperclip was basically after World War II. the US literally took over, I think it was over 100 or maybe 1,000, sorry, more Nazi scientists over to the US to help them advance in technology and weaponry and space and whatnot. And their excuses was to not, what do you call it? If they didn't take them, the Russians would take them. I mean, it's the same thing that they'll do with Israel now. They'll take that prime minister and look after him or whatnot. But it's fucked up. And these weren't just ordinary scientists. Like these were bad, evil human beings who done scientific experiments on innocent people in Germany. It was disgusting by innocent Jewish people in Germany, man. Like these are war criminals, right? But because they were scientists, they got away with it. The right thing would have been trial them and put them in prison. But no, countries like the US, and I'm sure Russia would have done the same. It's like, no, we need to take them. They got intelligence. Like after all the people they've killed, after all the horrific things they've done in the world and to the Jewish people, you want to take them now. So what does that tell you? Like, what does that tell you? Like your biggest ally, Israel's biggest ally being the US. I mean, all taken on, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Just shit drives me nuts. The global south is waking up though. The global south is waking up for sure. I mean, they've been awake for a while, but I think the population is waking up because of social media, man. We're finally seeing it and people finally seeing it. The generations are seeing it. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Anyway, guys, donate. What you could do, man, as ordinary people. This is what I think, speak about it, share about it. You don't need to be someone who just goes around talking, but, share it, go to protests and support, donate whatever you can to these causes. That's what you can do. Boycott Starbucks and McDonald's and all these fucking Zionist companies. Boycott them, fuck them, right? Do that stuff. That's what you could do as ordinary people. Don't do anything crazy, don't say anything stupid. Stay away from that because that's what they'll associate with, and you shouldn't be thinking those dumb, crazy things anyway. But boycott, spread the message, and donate. All right. Well, look, guys, let's move on to some of the geeky stuff. Again, we'll finish off by saying free Palestine, free Sudan, free Congo, and we'll get into some of the geeky stuff now. And we'll move on to stuff that we've watched this week. And I know that we're going to talk about some of the premieres and stuff, but I watched Atlas this week that came out on Netflix with Jennifer Lopez. It wasn't bad actually. That wasn't actually too bad.
I same here, bro. It didn't. It actually, I was surprised on how good it was. Like the visuals, and it wasn't a masterpiece, but I had a good fun time watching it. Like I was engaged.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, it's always the case. I was kind of cussing it a little bit. It's always the case where the scientists, Jennifer Lopez, goes to this mission on another planet, everyone else dies, and the scientists end up saving the world. I'm like, all right, I get it. All right, cool. But I liked the idea of, it was the first, AI terrorist and whatnot. And I think, what's his name? What's the guy who plays him? Shang-Chi.
Similu?
Yeah, he done a great job. Like he was pretty awesome at playing the AI. And a lot of these movies about AI destroying the world and all this sort of stuff, it always comes down to the same sort of thing where AI recognizes you human beings constantly kill each other and do bad things to each other, and you rob each other and you're nuking each other and stuff. The solution is to kill you all and start again. Like, freaking in Avengers, what's his name? Fucking Ultron had the same philosophy. It's like the same sort of philosophy. And people think that, is AI really gonna get to a point where it's like, you know what, we're in charge now, and you humans, you need to refresh because you're doing bad things to each other. So we're gonna refresh you lot again, and that's by killing us all. But the visuals were good, the robots and everything that they were in was quite entertaining, I would have to say. The Neuralink thing, I think was quite, touching on what's happening now with Neuralink and everything. And Jennifer Lopez, she's always easy to watch. You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely. It's listen, man, good watch. I thought it had a good cast in there as well. I think what they used in the machinery was really good as well. Like it had an old school feeling to it, right?
Yeah, that old school robot feeling. So yeah, that
Sorry,
was
bro.
good. Yeah. Moving on. You know what? I'm currently watching Donnie Darko. Like I pull it on with the missus. I'm like, let's just pull it on. We haven't finished it. But damn, hold on. That movie, the cast in that movie, I didn't even realize, man. I mean, you got Jake Gyllenhaal, you got his sister
Yep,
in there, you got Patrick Swayze's in it, Drew Barrymore,
yep.
Seth Rogen. I'm like, damn, this movie has got bare people in it, and it's a great freaking movie. We're halfway through it. And it's so good. Like I forgot how good it is. And what was it, 2001? I think it was. I mean, I haven't seen it since then. So to me, it's a brand new movie. You know what I mean? I can't even remember anything. So I'm like, you know what? It's kind of great to go back and watch these movies because you forget about it. So I've been watching that. That's been pretty good. We had the Venom trailer, which came out, which was quite interesting. I done a reaction to that, which was it looked good. It looked good. Like the Venom movies, for my opinion, have been the best in regards to the Sony Spider-Man universe that they've been trying to create. The Venom movies have been the best. Just because of Tom Hardy and they're pretty decent to watch. I would say the Carnage one, it was good to watch, but it was not great. But they've been the best. This one, we'll see what happens. It looks like the final showdown is called The Last Dance or whatnot. There was a scene. I'll be interested to see what happens with the multiverse and just if they have that conversation because that happened. There was a scene where the little Venom specimen in Earth 616 where we're from, or where the MCU universe is, where that little Venom specimen was there, but it was in their universe, so it was that kind of variant. You have the theory is I can't remember the guy's name. Hold on, let me check. The guy who's in Doctor Strange, Baron Mordo, he's in this movie as well. Chewie Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Killing me, bro.
Fuck names, man. Fuck my reading abilities. Put it that way.
It's
Anyway,
all good, bro. It's all good. You crack me. You
I don't,
attempted it, which is
I
the
don't, I
good
don't know
thing,
why I
bro, because
try.
most people don't.
I don't
You
even
always
know
do
I
it.
try, but I don't even know why I try, man. Fucking embarrassing myself trying to read names and shit. Anyway, he's in Venom, and the theory is now he's just a variant, and in that universe he's not a part of the Sorcerer Supreme. He's whatever he is, and some kind of agent.
No, bro, don't listen to those rumors, bro.
It's
They just
fun.
come mess with our heads, bro, like
It's
it
fun.
did.
Well, technically, if Venom went into our universe or the 616 universe, then technically he is a variant. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I think I will go with that. I will take that. I will go with that. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just don't think Sony would touch that because they're gonna, even though they kind of allowed it in No Way Home.
No, they did
I
it
don't.
in that shitty movie, the vampire one. Remember what's his name showed up? Vulture showed up. Do you remember that? They done nothing with it as well. It was so basic.
Which one?
Morbius. At the end of Morbius, remember Vulture showed up?
Oh yes, Vulture. Oh my god, I completely forgot that
So
cameo.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, look, Sony's done forgive me, but a bad job with that Sony universe or whatnot. But I think they're involved in the multiverse or whatnot. So I want to take it. I want to take it and say that they are variants. And I think, Venom and Eddie Brock's character is going to talk about something. They're going to mention it. I think they will.
Well, let's see what happens, bro. Man, the trailer looked fun. And listen, the only reason why you'd watch it is it's Tom Hardy. The other ones were watchable. It's not like they're not watchable. They're still watchable. Just they because they don't have that connection to Spidey. I don't know. They've just gone off and done their own thing, basically, just to keep the rights on their side.
Yeah. Wait, but do they
So
do a cameo? Maybe. You know what I mean? Like people are saying that it could be a cameo from a Spider-Man, be it. I don't think it'd be Tom Holland because he's in a different universe, but it could be Garfield. So Andrew Garfield. So there's something that they could do to give everyone a holy shit moment. Listen, Madam Web was their last project, and it was the, one of the biggest basic movies ever. But Do they do something with this movie just to give you an oh shit moment? They can do by giving you Garfield for a cameo or something. But yeah, let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens with that. The other
Yeah,
trailer
we can only wait and see.
yeah, exactly. That's coming out end of this year, so that should be good. The other trailer that came out, which I thought was pretty decent, was the Alien Romulus movie. And the reason why I think it's decent, I was getting cussed by the first teaser by Ahmed because I didn't react. But this one made me react a little bit, this trailer. But what I was saying is it looks like it's bringing the scary back. I mean, that, you know, the Prometheus movies got all philosophical and whatnot with way of life and humanity and who created humanity. Okay, cool. You went through that path. I watched them, but you know, thought they were okay. But this one feels like Aliens 1. They even had an exact same scene. I think it was from Alien 1 or 2, where you know, where Sigourney Weaver's kind of like looking away and aliens right there and whatnot. I mean, they literally bringing that back, and I feel like they're bringing scary back. They're on a ship and they're being hunted, and I'm like, that's good. Just keep it to that.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
Aliens,
exactly. Keep it to that. Yeah.
Aliens 1 was brilliant, and I need to watch that again because it's been a while. But they were being hunted and they were scary. And Aliens 2 was kind of badass because you got these mercenaries and you're like, yeah, fuck them up. But it was still scary and whatnot. And then, you know, Prometheus and everything just got too much philosophy involved. I was like, you know, don't know about that. But I like that they're bringing scary back. So that trailer looked pretty decent.
No, listen, that's a good trailer. It has the old feel to it. It had yeah, that bit of oldness in it. I think like with Ridley Scott on it, and I think with the new director, because he did what did he do? He did Evil Dead, which was really good. The recent Evil Dead. He knows. I think as a fan, he knows what to bring back. Is what we enjoyed in the first two movies. So no, all the best to them. That looks good. I'm looking forward to that. That's like one of those small movies that I'm most anticipated for because I feel like it will be a really good. It's going to be really good, but it's not on a big scale. Like on the low level. I shouldn't even say low level movies. All movies are great, but one of them small movies that just blow your mind, like everything, everywhere, all at once.
I mean,
one of those moments.
I don't know if it'd be one of that, but I think for you, because I know I know how much you loved Prometheus or whatnot, and the flute playing.
Shut up, man! Forget those movies, bro.
I'm being sarcastic, obviously, if you see my face. But I think for you, this might be like a redemption sort of thing. So you're kind of looking forward to like give me back what I always loved about Aliens, which is that scary feeling and being hunted. And Aliens, I don't need to know the background and whatnot, because I know with Prometheus you lost it. So I think maybe you're looking forward to that, taking it back.
Prometheus and Covenant, I was like, I remember Jakub. I came out of the cinema. Jakub was like so moist, like he's just seen the best movie in his life. I was like, bro, what the F was that? And my guy still to this day justifies that movie. Listen, every guy to himself, but I love Jakub, but he does have unique choice in movies. But that's one thing about something like that, somebody can adore the originals. Somebody can adore the prequels, like the Star Wars era. But with Star Wars, I can actually just enjoy all of them for what they are. I'm not picky. Yes, the original trilogy I love, but I can still watch them and get excited. And, but with Alien, Covenant, and Prometheus, nah, bro, I can't do it. Can't do it at all.
Yeah, I mean, look, everyone to their own. I don't hate them as much as you. I watch them, but I'll never watch them again. That's what it is. But I don't think like they were as bad as what you think they are. But yeah, I mean, maybe this is what I'm saying. Like this is why I think why you might be excited about this one because you're like, okay, thank you, back to the basics. Because even with all the Alien versus Predator movies, it became a novelty, and it became like. They're not scary anymore. Like the first two movies were scary, man. Freaking hell. I remember the Alien movie, the first one, from what I remember. First of all, I keep saying this, like badass Sigourney Weaver, all this DEI and shit. You had a badass woman in there, female lead. No one ever talks about that. And two, I don't think you even saw the alien until the end. So the
Yeah.
anticipation of seeing this thing and they're being hunted by this thing, you're kind of like, this is fucking scary, man. And this one, maybe this one might bring back, which is why you might be excited about. So yeah, no, that came out. You brought up Star Wars. I'm glad you did because I forgot about this. I saw the first episode of Acolyte. I'll watch the second one next week. Did you see it yet?
I haven't, bro. I haven't had the chance. I'm hoping tonight. I've got some work to do. I'm gonna slap it on in the. I shouldn't slap it on in the background, but there's so much to do, bro. I'm finding it hard to find time to. I'm slowly finding it very hard to
Well,
find time to do stuff, bro.
I know. Timing is difficult, especially if you've got kids and whatnot. I
Yeah,
watched the
now
first.
it's like really specific. But yeah, no, listen, bro. I've been hearing great things about it. Like
Yeah,
just with everything else, but I feel like somebody said that something the other day that kind of said, "Okay, I'm kind of excited." Is that they've tried something new here, and they're going through a different story and timeline. Is that right?
yeah, exactly. I mean, look, listen, I keep saying this. Something about Star Wars where I can just sit and watch it, but I'm a super fan where I know everything, right? So I would, but when the Star Wars content comes out, I would definitely watch it, right? And I watched episode one. Listen, it started off really good. I don't want to spoil anything because you haven't seen it. I mean, from the action, I love the way I do like the way they elevate the action and the martial arts and whatnot, which is always fun. And yes, they're taking it down a different story, which got me interested so far because now you're getting Jedi's involved. Now, we've had a lot of Star Wars shows where Jedi's were not the main focus, right?
Mm.
And from what I remember and love from Star Wars, just as a basic fan, is the Jedi's. So when you did see a Jedi, be it Ahsoka, be it Luke showing up, whatever it is, you get excited. They did have an Ahsoka show actually, that was based on a Jedi. But this one seems like a lot more about the Jedi. What do you call it, religion or whatever the hell you call it, Jedi Force or anything. But yeah, I just watched episode one. So far, I'm enjoying it. I think Star Wars content for me is easy to watch. I wouldn't say that I'm as invested like a super fan, but it's always easy for me to watch. And I'm looking forward to watching episode two and seeing what more they do with this. But it looks good so
Cool.
far. Looks good so far. What else have I watched? I think that's it from my side. So without spoiling it, I've watched Bad Boys and you guys went to the screening. What can you say about the movie and what am I looking forward to watching this tomorrow or Saturday? What do you think?
Uh, listen, as I said, and I don't. Did you read our review? You've read our review, yeah. It's a
I'm
reaction, really and truly. So
yeah.
it's just us. Uh, listen, bro. Compared to the last one, this one is good. Like the last
Well,
one, like one and two, I could sit down and rewatch again. It has a
mm,
rewatchability to it, yeah.
mhm.
Uh, Number three, when it came out, yes, it was great to see the two together, but I honestly didn't feel their chemistry much as I did in the first two. Like they just had this bond, and I feel like they lost that in number three. The heart of their relationship kind of got lost because there was this story about his son and when he was undercover, and it kind of got too too much suddenly, I think. And it kind
I
of
agree.
lost the love between the two characters. Bro, this is one that I felt like it brought the characters back. It was great fun. There is some awesome moments. Listen, it's not the best film of the year,
But
yeah,
you made
but
a comment. You made a comment saying that it since Endgames that there was so much screaming and shouting in the cinema, and you haven't seen that since Endgames. Is it literally when you say screaming and shouting, are you talking about laugh out loud moments, or literally like holy shit moments? I mean, I'm trying to think what holy shit moments would Bad Boys give me? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So that's what it did.
wow.
It's a film that suddenly gives the audience that payback and be like, oh wow, like it was insane. Like watching this is what I'm saying. You can watch movies in cinema and you can see how the crowd react to a scene that you may react to differently or somebody else may react to differently. But like it was one vibe, man. Everything, all the jokes, like some of them maybe not have landed as well as they were supposed to, but the jokes landed. People laughed. Moments happened. People, cheered. Things happened. People cheered again and screamed again. And I was like, oh my God, this is a great experience. It's like watching a football game, you know what I mean? How excited they get from that. That's why the only last time I got a reaction like that was not Mad Max Fury Road, was Avengers Endgame.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, from the trailer, what you're saying about the connection of those two in part three, I fully agree. And that's that was one of the best things about that movie. That's why it's so easy. That's why it's an easy movie I can show my wife to be just watch the chemistry between these two. It's jokes, you know, in the second one when he's, you know, just randomly Martin Lawrence freaking out and shooting his Ferrari and, you know, all that sort of stuff. Little things like that and that relationship between them made you laugh. But in part three, yeah, it was lost because, you know, Martin Lawrence was retired and the son, and you're kind of like Will Smith working with a new team. They completely went away from that relationship, and I think that was the whole point of that movie. That was one of the biggest things for that movie. So in the trailer of this movie, it looked like they brought that back. Just from the trailer, from the sounds of your review, it looks like they brought that back. So I'm really looking forward to just sitting back and enjoying this movie, enjoying some comedy, enjoying some action, and in an easy watch comedy and whatnot to watch with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. So I can't wait to watch it.
No, you will, bro. Definitely, without a doubt. It's a great fun. It was a great fun watch, man. Me and Ash were like really, you know, when you come out of the cinema and everybody's talking about it, and it was exciting. Like I haven't had a moment like that in ages, and we've had some great films come out, but that type of reaction you don't get always from every movie. I mean, like, listen, bro, it's not better than Furiosa. Furiosa is a great movie, yeah, but it just hasn't got the love that it deserved, and it's a shame what's happening in the box office. Same thing with The Fall Guy, really great film, bro. Like I really had a good time watching The Fall Guy, but it didn't get no love in cinema. Now we'll jump on this conversation another time, and I feel like that's where we need to change a bit the structure of how we do the podcast. Is I'd like to talk about the cinema industry as well, man. I'd like to talk about what's happening at the moment. People are not going to the cinema because unless they see the reviews online, like they would see on our podcast, or they'll listen to our reviews on, you know, Insta or TikTok, and it will make that person's decision to not go see that in the cinema. Now, the amazing thing about the cinema going experience is what happened in Bad Boys 4 was that I got to enjoy this amazing movie with an amazing crowd, which everybody can do. But knowing the studios are going to bring it out in 2 months or a month or a week later on VOD changes the whole concept of that. And because of what COVID has done, and it's another touchy subject that I wanted to touch on, because COVID did fuck up a lot of people, and I think genuinely messed up with my mental health as well, is that I do find it hard. No, sorry, I find it easy to say, oh, you know what, I'll just watch that at home.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that is what you kind of mentioned. I think there is, be it COVID, right? Because even with COVID, right, what happened was even with everything got shut down, right? So movie productions, all that stuff got shut down, and now things are back to really normal in some sense. All those productions that come, so you're getting great movies like, you know, Dune 2 and Furiosa and all that sort of stuff. So you're getting movies coming back, but yes, COVID and video on demand and the streaming services has made it very comfortable to be like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just watch it at home. And I do feel like that too. I don't go to the cinema as much as I used to as well. One, because, you know, now I've got to cater for my wife as well, and she doesn't always want to go cinema. So I think maybe if I was single, I probably would have gone more. But also, I do like that element of sitting at home and watching a movie. Not every movie I do want to watch on cinema now. Like, I'm like, fuck it, that can wait for, you know, what you call it, sitting at home and watching at home, basically on streaming service. So it has that. Some movies, like, I don't know, Bad Boys for me, I feel like a cinema movie just because it's going to be fun to watch. Furiosa, cinema movie. Fall Guy, I watched it on download. So and yes, I think people, but you know, that's the way the internet runs, man. I mean, even, you know, if everyone gives their thoughts, and people take those, like, I don't know, with movies and all that stuff. Again, people give negative thoughts. People like to shit on people. We do shit on things, but we try to be respectful towards the artists and you know, the production work behind everything, because there's so much to it. But people would take that literally and be like, fuck it, I'll just wait then. You know what I mean? I always think make it be the judge yourself. You know, if it's something that interests you, go watch it. If it doesn't interest you, then obviously don't fucking watch it. Don't waste your time. But if it's something of interest, Be it Furiosa, and you're like, oh, that's from Mad Max. I loved Mad Max, Fury Road. Then go watch it. But if you're like, I didn't make much in the box office. It's a female lead. I don't want to watch it. Then I'm like, go. Then you haven't made the judgment for yourself, and I think that's wrong. Don't judge it on that. But that's the way the internet is. That's the way people think it is, and people are lazy as well. You know, there's a commitment going to the cinema. There's a financial commitment. There's getting there. There's people. You know, I suffered this in Dubai. There's people talking and ruin the experience, and like so when you're kind of like rather than go for all that hassle, you know, people buy popcorn and snacks and whatnot. You know, people might just be like, fuck it.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot. I know it's a commitment, and you're right. And it's tough because even with that commitment, you're going. It's a shame because somebody I saw at the Bad Boys premiere was on his mobile phone, bro. He kept on pulling his phone out every 5 minutes.
Wild movie was watching or playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right at the bottom, full screen,
even
full
that annoys
brightness.
me. Yeah. And these people,
that's a hard one. Yeah.
I don't know if he was like making comments as he's watching a movie or if he's just being on his phone, but that frustrates the shit out of me as well. I don't want to see your fucking light. I don't want to see it.
And same, man. And then we recently went to Batman in concert, which was really good. 1989, Michael Keaton's Batman, Tim Burton with the Danny Elfman soundtrack. Same thing, man. Woman in front, bro, on a mobile, messaging away, not knowing my seat's so close I can read all the messages.
Yeah. Do you know what I wish they did? Honestly, I'll be up for this. And Dave Chappelle does this in his comedy shows. He makes everyone puts their phone in a Ziploc bag and it's in a locker. And he sets that up. He sets that up at his shows. Now, Dave Chappelle is
That's really good.
the greatest of all time, so he could do that. But I wish they did that in cinemas. I really do. It's like, listen, can't take your phones in. We're gonna put it in a Ziploc bag. Or like you don't put it in a locker, so you put it in a Ziploc bag, and the key is with the cinema people at the whatever, the people that work there. I think that's a great fucking idea. I would support that. I would have, because I always switch my phone off. Like I'm that guy. I love the cinema experience. So as soon as the movie starts, I switch my phone off. And that's me. But when other people have no consideration, some people have conversations. Fucking hell, that one kills me. Like, especially in Dubai, man. I really just don't get it. Actually, I shouldn't take the piss, but fucking literally sending voice messages to each other. I'm like, what? Like,
you sound like that Khalkharash guy from Simpsons.
yeah, but I just don't get it. But yeah,
I know, bro. It's a whole different thing. But anyway, we got off topic there. Bad Boys 4, if you get the chance, go see it on the big screen. It's actually shot in IMAX. I think what Bilal and Adil did, the directors, have given something new and fresh. Even with the action scenes, they are very good, very visceral, very visual look to it. The only thing that I'm going to say that's negative about the film, and I think that's because of my old age, and I'm starting to work out what Dad says now. I'm starting to not like the look of film at the moment, like on the screen, digital, too clean, 8K. I can see the sweat dripping off your bottom lip. Nah, man, I don't want to see that. Like, I want to have that kind of rusty old look to it. Like, if you look at the original Bad Boys movie, it had this orange tinge to it that I used to love looking at. But it's just a bit too clean and HD like, which is a bit too much. I feel like, you could watch Commando. Commando could be all pixelated, bro. I still enjoy it. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I think they need to like pick and choose where you want to make it clean or not. If it's a gritty film about drug dealers or whatever it is, like I keep it a little bit gritty. So is what's the guy's name? What's the director of the couple? Michael Bay? Is he not involved in this at all? He was original, right? For 1 and 2 and 3, maybe. Kibler's gone on mute again. Well, maybe I could just Google it. Bad Boys.
Sorry, bro. Say that again.
Michael Bay is not involved?
No, it's different director. I think he's a producer on this one.
Okay. All right,
but double check. Give me a second.
No, Sony released cinematography. No, I don't see Michael Bay's name. Bilal. Are these the guys who done Or was supposed to do Batgirl? Nah, what am I thinking? Nah, I don't know. Oh yeah, they done Miss Marvel. He done Miss Marvel. Yeah, okay, good for them. Good for them. All right. Yes, they were good. They're supposed to do Batgirl, but I got fair. Yeah. Well, good for them. I think they done Moon Knight as well, didn't they? Maybe not. All right, awesome. Well, look, I think that is everything that we've watched. I don't know if Kibla's seen anything else. But let's move on to the news.
Actually, hold up, bro. Sorry.
Oh,
So a few things to plug, and I have seen. So, guys, check out the interview. I've got 2 interviews up at the moment now, which would be great if you guys check out, with director and a couple of the cast members from a movie called Shake Shack. Sorry, Snack Shack. Snack Shack. Sorry, guys. I'm like all over the place at the moment. Snack Shack, which is a coming of age story about these two friends growing up in Nebraska in 1991, and got the director. Sorry, absolutely thrown off. Apologies, guys. This episode is a bit all over the place. I didn't realize it was going to be so busy. My apologies, guys. Honestly, I think it's been absolutely full on. It's been
should I pull it
busy.
up? Should I pull it up? Snack.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so yeah, no, I saw the interview, well conducted. It was with you, the interview was with Mika Abdallah, Connor Sherry, and the director who was Adam Rehm. Fuck man, I need Neuralink to help me read.
Bro, he's an
you know,
American
remember.
southerner, and you're saying it like an Arabic dude. You're killing me, bro.
Bro,
All right,
it's
hold
like
up.
Spaceballs when it's like mugh, mugh, mugh. Bro, it made okay, sorry. So yeah, that was what's his name? Adam. Adam, that's what I'll call him, the director. But
That's right.
well conducted interview. You had a good conversation with them. You asked some great questions. Yeah, I saw half the movie. I didn't finish it off, but it sounded like a good laugh and also had some emotional moments there too.
Sorry, bro. What was that last bit you said?
I'm just saying, it sounded like the movie had a good laugh and also some emotional elements to it too.
It did, bro. Listen, it's out now on to buy digitally, and then you can rent it later on after the 17th, I think. Guys, sorry, I'm not prepped for this at all. I'm gonna apologize completely because I am having an absolute mirror of an evening right now, and I didn't realize other things are happening. Uh, this is getting hard, man.
What else? Anything else you watch? What you're gonna mention some other things?
Yeah, it's getting hard. Getting hard. Sorry, guys. There you go. Life of a dad trying to keep up with everything at the moment, and I can't even remember what I've done. Uh, yeah, it's full on. Absolutely full on. Yeah, it's
All
gone
right.
out of my head, bro. There's a couple of interviews. I uploaded something today
Yeah,
as
you
well.
uploaded site today.
Apologies, guys.
I'll pull it up. I'll
Apologies.
pull it up.
Apologies.
I saw an interview with it was for the anime. Hold on.
It's the voice actors, Byron and Clint.
Let me pull it up.
Oh,
I got it here.
horrible, horrible way to plug somebody's work. I'm so sorry, guys. Apologies. Complete apologies. Uh,
It
yeah,
is
no, really good
with
interview.
interview with Haikyu, the dumpster battle
Haikyu, the
voice.
dumpster battle, which is the
Yeah,
anime, which is I thought,
by Bryson Bagus and Clint Bickham.
bro, you're killing me, bro. You're making them sound Bengali and Arabic.
I can't
Listen,
read. That's it. That's simple as that. I just can't read. I need, like I say, I wish the internet started having like a voice thing. Anyway, carry on, go on.
it does have a voice one. Sorry, bro. Nia's going crazy. This is an awful episode, guys. I'm so sorry. Uh, fuck. Sorry. Hold on. This is horrible. Give me a second. Give me a second. Horrible.
While Kibler's sorting things out, guys, check out Fight Talk this week. Me and K West, we done a live watch along for UFC 302, which was an awesome card, awesome fight at the end. Islam Makhachev retained his title against Dustin Poirier in a great fight. You get to see some grit. You see, first of all, you see amazing grit from Dustin Poirier, showing that he's still got it on the highest level, fighting one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world and giving him a hard time. He broke his rib. I think he broke his ribs, his nose, and his tore an ACL in the fight, and he still went all the way to the end. I mean, one of the greatest to do it who didn't win the title, honestly, Dustin Poirier. And then Islam Makhachev just being one of the pound for pound greats, just showing, even in round 5, he pulled off a nice, from a single leg to an ankle sweep, if I'm getting that right from a wrestling terminology, but it was beautiful on the 5th round to pull that off and then jumping on Poirier and then locking in that DAS and literally putting Poirier to sleep. That was amazing. I'm just showing the heart, some of his takedown techniques, but also one of the things that's not highlighted or has been highlighted a lot by a lot of the analysts is that he's striking. Islam actually outstriked Dustin Poirier, and people are not talking about that much. His striking was great, and what's his name? I can't remember his name. He broke it down, and he was like, the little slips that Islam made and came back with counter strikes were absolutely amazing. And he needs to get more credit for his striking ability and not just his wrestling. So that was amazing, guys. Check that out on the channel as well. Kibla, you there? No, I think Kibla's going to be out and about.
Sorry, guys. Listen, guys, real apologies today. I've got everything all messed up today and I'm completely thrown off guard and I've lost my train of thought as well. So I'm going to apologize. This is probably one of the most horrendous podcasts I've done so far. As you can tell, it is getting hard and it's getting busy.
And it's
I'm
live.
finding it.
And it's live.
And
This is how we do it. We do it live. Fuck it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if that's the case, man, let me get into the news. I know it's getting late out here as well. We've been talking for a while. But I could get into the news. There's a few things that we could do. We could talk about in the news or things I wanted to share. So starting off with MCU news, Alan Richardson, and we were talking about last week on last week's podcast on how he can be in a superhero movie and how he just looks fantastic. But is rumored to take on the role of Venom in the MCU, potentially setting up an epic showdown with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I mean, he will be an awesome Eddie Brooke. You know what? When you play Marvel versus Capcom, the Eddie Brock in that, I swear that's what's his name? Alan Richardson, just tall, hench, blonde hair, he would be fantastic as Eddie Brock, in my opinion. I think that would be fucking amazing. So it's a rumor for now, but I think that would be great casting, in my opinion, as Venom in the MCU. Jordan Peele is in talks with Marvel. A lot of rumors out there. What can you work on? What projects? People putting Blade out there and whatnot. I know Blade's gone through a lot of issues in regards to rewrites and all that sort of stuff. But Jordan Peele, he has done some great movies. So it'll be interesting to see what he might be able to do with the MCU. And then a lot of things been coming out, which I don't really want to see, but it's gonna be there anyway. You can't miss it. The next Avengers movie apparently will have about over 60 MCU superhero characters, Avengers and whatnot in it. So, Secret Wars, it's going to be big. And they might bring back a lot of people, talking about bringing back a lot of people. Robert Downey Jr., recently had an interview and he said it's in his DNA. Like, he would love to come back as Iron Man. Now, he did die, so he would have to come back from a different universe or whatnot. But who wouldn't want to see him come back? Who wouldn't want to see him? So that will be amazing if they brought him back in Secret Wars, Cap, Chris Evans, all of them, I mean, who wouldn't? That would be a whole shit moment because them characters have become, they've become that. So when you bring them back, if you was to bring them back in Secret Wars, it's an old shit moment. So that's exciting. That's exciting. Listen, I know the MCU is still going and they've had a lot of problems, but it's always great to kind of have some fun, news about it to kind of get that hype back. Deadpool Wolverine comes out in like 2 months, like less than 2 months now. I mean, that's gonna be amazing as well. Fucking spoilers are all over the place. Hopefully they're rumors and shit, but I'm trying to avoid them like the plague. Okay, let's move on to other movie news. So here we go. So according to Deadline, Bill Skarsgard will not only replace his iconic role as Pennywise in the It show, but it was also the role of executive producer. So I think there's a show. I think if I read correctly, it's a show. But he's going to replace that role and he's going to be a producer of that. So the It movies, I'll be honest with you, I didn't see the new ones. I'm not really into horror, so I wouldn't really watch
All
it.
right, they're good, and he's really good in it as well.
He's
That's a
good.
versatile actor there, man. I really like what he does, and he's really good at what he does as well. Boy Kills World was brilliant. It is amazing, and all of his other films, he was in John Wick 4 as well as the villain. He plays it really well. That's an actor, bro. You're not one of those guys. He's an actor. He's good.
He's British, isn't it? Is he?
No, Swedish.
Okay, I made
that up, bro.
I made that up.
Swedish.
Forced it. The new He-Man though is British. We were talking about last week, but yeah,
yes, I heard.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. Zack Snyder might be coming back to direct 300 prequel series for Warner Brothers. That was the series, not it. This is going to be a series that they're possibly looking to work on. Zack Snyder coming back, which will be a prequel. Will be interesting because he spoke about on Joe Rogan's show, and I think he was talking more about getting more into the depths of the Spartans and whatnot, and even the female role in the Spartans, which he really didn't get a chance to touch on much, and how much they like were able to kind of play a big part of that Spartan race of warriors and whatnot. But that would be good, good visuals from, I mean, that first one's so brilliant. It touches on that part of history, and I'm sure there's a lot more to it. But yeah, Zack Snyder coming back for that, possibly. Sony CEO Tony Carrera said what he wants to use more AI technology to be more efficient to produce movies and save costs. So look, we're moving into this AI world where, there was a whole writer strike back in the days as well. I thought that was about AI. It looks like you're going to have to move forward with this, man. Like technology is only going to evolve. It's not going anywhere. So
it's a tough one because I'm both for it and not for it. But the only reason why I'm not for it, and that's why I haven't been sharing my art a lot recently on my page, is that Instagram and all those pages now are training other. Hold on, Baba. Training other, using our art to train its AI, so it can, to replicate, to change, and it's teaching it, bro. We're at Skynet age now, so it is pretty scary. But then we're not getting that means that company, that AI is going to learn my skills, steal my style, get paid more money than I do.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so there needs to be some sort of rules set in place.
It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. I mean, automation, AI, technology, it's only going to evolve and evolve and evolve. And it's about how do we use it to our advantages. That's the way I think about it, man. Like you got to start thinking about, how do I use it to my advantage? How do I adapt with it? How do I grow with it? Because if you try to just push against it, bro, like it's not going anywhere. And if a CEO is like, I could just use AI and save this much money, like they could buy like a 5-year contract with OpenAI, whoever it is, right? News Corp just did that with OpenAI, by my company. There's a relationship going on there, but what I'm saying is Sony could be like, okay, if I do a 5-year contract with OpenAI and they can take care of all my art and trailers or whatever it is, I'll save this much money from hiring people. So it's fucked up from that sense. But it's like, how do you get involved? How do you get involved with AI? How do you use AI to advance your work and your technology, your work and all that sort of stuff? I don't know. It's a tough one. You can't be against it. You got to just find ways to work with it, because it ain't going nowhere and it's only getting better.
And it's not. And that's the thing, is how you're using it as an assistive tool to move your work forward as well. But yeah, exactly. Big, larger conversation to have. I'm looking to get some artists on some Geek Out sessions where we're going to talk more about that as well. So, guys, make sure you check. Excuse me. Make sure you check that out, guys. As well, please check out the episodes that we've done with the cast and director of Snack Shack. Snack Shack was really good. It was a really good interview as well, and they were really great. Same thing with the guys from Haikyu, the Dumpster Battle, which is based on a anime series, which is a movie that's already out in cinemas now, based on a very intense volleyball game, which is really good. Atia went to that screening and was really well. So thanks to the guys at Crunchyroll, thanks to the guys at Paramount UK for giving us those opportunities. Because honestly, if nobody was watching or listening, or even them not seeing the work that we're doing, we wouldn't get those opportunities for you guys to see the content that we get for you now. So I do need to work out on why our views are so low, and it's something that it's always nice to share with the listeners as well. That it's not easy. This is the hardships of working for so long, but I need to really dig down on why that's happening. But anyway, yeah, check those episodes out, guys. Show them episodes some love.
Yeah, guys, take a look. Cool. The next part of the news, Hiroyuki Sanada is in talks for starring in Chad Zelensky's Ghost of Tsushima movie. I mean, look, man, Hiro, who I'm just gonna call him,
Hero's got to be in that, bro.
but he's fantastic.
He's got to be in there. He's got to be in there.
I've heard some people say like, oh, he's just getting typecasted and whatnot, but I'm like, bro, he's a Japanese dude. Like, of course he's gonna be in a samurai movie. Like, I look at the way he looks, bro. Like, some things I just don't understand. Like when people say that, I'm like, yeah, of course you want to have him. And yes, there are loads of other Japanese actors and whatnot. But if he's the most famous one, he's amazing at it. I mean, you've seen him in Shogun, Last Samurai, all these movies. Then why not? You know what I mean? So yeah, he's got to be. I don't know if he could play the main character Jin Sakai, but he could definitely play maybe his uncle, the Emperor. Maybe Jin Sakai, you get someone younger or whatnot. But come on, man, put him in there. Like, shut up about typecasting and shit, man. My guy is a samurai, man. Put samurai.
He's samurai, bro. That guy's samurai, man. He's samurai.
Put samurai in samurai movie, man. And don't talk too much. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope so. I hope he's in it. The sequel to the Batman Ninja original anime. Oh shit, this should have been a part of DC news. Anyway, sequel to Batman Ninja original anime featuring Batman Ninja versus Yakuza is officially announced. So, you know, that Batman anime was very creative and very anime style expressive. From what I remember watching it with some friends in Hong Kong. They did not enjoy it at all. It was a tough one to absorb, but I think it was just very expressive. But some people don't like that.
Definitely, bro. Listen, that's the one thing is when they're gonna adapt a story that we already know of how the character is gonna be like to a different scenario, it's gonna be uncomfortable for people. It's like what they do with Superman, like Red Sun. What if he didn't go Kansas? What happens if he dropped in Russia? You know, stories like that. So what Batman Ninja did was give us an anime version of those characters. Why not? It worked. I thought visually it was actually really cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was enjoyable. It was enjoyable. So look at the prequel with the Yakuza. I mean, that's pretty damn cool. Why not Batman being in Japan fighting the Yakuza? Like, why the hell not? That's pretty cool. Cool. Moving on. Prequel, the Mummy franchise is reportedly getting a new installment, and I think it might have Fraser in it, Brendan Fraser in it. So, or maybe not. He might be too old for that, but he might be like the older character in there. But they're looking to do a prequel to it. Maybe they could go back to the old ways because it got a bit, you know, they had Tom Cruise at one point and Jet Li. I didn't even watch that one, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they need to go back to basics, man. Go back to basics. Make ground level movies, which with a large scale, but I suppose I don't know, man. It's a difficult one. Very difficult one. Let's see what happens.
Let's see
They
what
had their
happens.
own dark universe that they were going to bring out because of Marvel. They didn't really touch base on that. They left it. So yeah, they've got to be careful about what they do and how they do it. So yeah, no, I mean, do the best you can, I suppose.
Yeah. The cast of Knives Out 3 is getting seriously stacked with Jeremy
Yes,
Renner
I can see.
joining
Yeah,
and Mila's Kunis. So, you
yeah.
know, that movie's awesome. I just saw on YouTube where is it? I just saw something when I was scrolling earlier. I think there's like a mini series, like a detective mini series or something coming out from the makers of uh of
Okay,
Knives Out.
I need
But
to check that out.
they do great. Knives Out,
The
amazing.
movies are good. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, they've been good. They've been good. Very good. Very good.
yeah. All right. What else is next? Is that free? Oh, okay, okay. Ellen. Okay, Ellen Fanning leading the upcoming standalone Predator movie Badlands. Now, I googled Ellen, because I have to be honest, I'm not familiar with her, but she is in bare movies. You know, she's in enough, like loads of movies. The ones that are recognizable for me. I mean, 2019, she was in that. I can't pronounce the name, so I'm not going to bring it up. She's in bad movies, man. Just Google her. She's been in movies with Ben Affleck. There's a movie called Live at Night. She was in
Oh wait, I think I know who you're talking about. I think what we
Daddy
should start
Daycare
doing
back in the day. She was in Deja
is,
Vu. So she's been in bad things, man.
oh, is that Robin Thicke's wife?
No, it's not Robin Thicke's wife. No, 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 no.
Oh no, not wife. I know they got divorced, but
But no,
I
she's
know who you're
in
talking about.
Daddy Daycare. She's yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I think what you should do
She was
now.
in I Am Sam. She was the daughter in I Am Sam, but she's a big girl now. She's a woman now.
Oh,
That's what I reckon. I guess that's the main movie that I've seen her in. So she's obviously I Am Sam was back in 2020, 2001. So she's obviously 23 years older than how she looked in I Am Sam.
okay, cool. All right. So it's another movie, yeah.
It is another Predator movie, and listen, the last one was freaking awesome. With
Very good. Last
the
one was very
Comanche
good.
one. I don't know what they're doing with this one, but we shall see. We shall see what happens, I guess. All right. Godzilla Minus One is out on streaming services, Netflix and whatnot. I'm gonna rewatch it this week with the missus because she hasn't seen it, and it's that good that I want to rewatch it. And on top of that, Godzilla Minus One is breaking like historical records or whatnot, especially in this digital age. It's now the first film in history to occupy the #1 spot on both Netflix and iTunes simultaneously. So this new record comes only days after the film had surprisingly been released on streaming services so quickly, and takes a #1 spot. Fully deserved it. Best Godzilla
Fully
movie out
deserved
there.
it. You
And
know
just
what?
a
I've just
great
realized,
fucking
bro.
movie.
That movie came out in December, bro, or November, December, and it's coming out on streaming now. That's how you wait a couple of months, 6 months till it comes. That's actually really good, bro. Anyway, yeah, bro, great film, well worth it, 100% deserved, 100% deserved. What a film, bro! Still a
It's
great film.
such a great. Listen, if you're not even into Godzilla, forget that. Just watch the movie because as a movie, as a human element, it's so good. I'm actually looking forward to watching it again with the missus on maybe Sunday. We'll watch it, which is going to be good. So I'm actually looking forward to that. All right. Watch Dogs movie. Watch Dogs is this kind of leads into video games, I guess, but Watch Dogs is a video game. I haven't played it, but I think it's a video game where a guy controls technology, if I remember correctly. I can't remember, but it's a video game. But anyway, Hunger Games star Tom Blyth, if that's how you say his name. Blyth. How do you pronounce that? And
Blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
and
Bro, listen, uh, you're killing me. This is the episode where you've got everybody's names right.
fucking bare names, man, in this
You know what?
episode.
Can you imagine one of these people listening to the podcast and be like,
Well,
how
this
the
is
hell did
why,
this guy destroy my name?
God, this is why I can never, ever, ever work for a professional, fucking, what do you call it, company, a corporate company to do these, whatever. I'm like, but if anyone, if Mr. Tom, no respect to these guys, they know I just can't read, or people know. But if Mr. Tom Bleff ever wanted to have a conversation about his movie, I'll be like, bro, can you just come on the podcast and let's have a fucking conversation, and we'll crack jokes. I'll laugh at the fact that I can't pronounce your name. You can
Oh,
laugh
bro, you're killing me.
at the fact that my name is that. But if you try to get me on a professional sit-in that these studios want you to do, I'm not your guy. That's Kibla. Kibla could do it. Anyway. Tom Bleff and
bro.
Sophie Wilde, I can say that, I can say her name, joined the cast. Tom Bleff is from what do you call it? What's that movie? The fucking Hunger Games. Hunger Games. So he's famous for that. So Watch Dogs movie. Check it out. Bleff.
Watch it.
And lastly for news, Eminem comes back with a massive hit, Houdini. And reason why it was massive, it just felt like old school Eminem. He cussed the shit out a lot of people. And it's breaking records on streaming services and downloads and whatnot. It sounded like, it kind of course, it sounded very much like was it Guess Who's Back? Yeah, that tune that Eminem, Guess Who's Back? And it was because he was wearing the superhero outfit that he was wearing in that, right? Dr. Dre was in the video and everything. So, bro, it was really good. It felt nice to listen to some hip hop that sounded like old school Eminem. I mean, the guy's gonna go down in history as one of the greatest, or he's made an impact in hip hop, especially being a white guy and whatnot. I mean, he smashed it, and this tune is awesome. So smashing it. Eminem's back with this tune, so we'll see how the album goes.
No, listen, good on him. It is a good track. But you know what? I'll be honest, bro. With everything that's been going on, I haven't felt the same excitement for it because I still listen to old school hip hop. Yeah, old school hip hop really has a special place in my heart. But to be honest, bro, Macklemore's Hinds Hall is still playing in my head. It's a track that I suppose means a lot more to me, and I probably didn't say much about what was happening in Palestine in the beginning, just due to being so preoccupied with everything. I got my little girl eating a box right now to try and keep her happy. But yeah, Hinds Hall, man, guys, just let you know, man. Macklemore released a track 2 weeks ago. All the proceeds go to UNRWA. Make sure you check that out. But yeah, listen, Eminem's track is good, bro. I haven't had the chance to sit down. I've caught bits of it. This is how crazy it is. But I've heard great things. I heard like he smashed like 10 million views. He's broken YouTube records. Good on him, man. He's a great artist. He's a great MC. He's always been a great storyteller. That's what most hip hop artists are not now. They're great story. He's a great storyteller, man. He always has been. So good on him, man. And it does have that old school vibe to it. I saw parts of the video. The video looks jokes. Yeah, I'll have to hopefully get a moment to myself and I'll watch it later on, bro. I'm gonna put that on my list.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was awesome. It was nice to listen to because I only listened to old school hip hop and I gave it a chance because it's Eminem and it sounded like that. But yeah, no, check that out, guys. Okay, that's it for the news. Anything else, Kibbs? Any other news before we move into retro movie reviews?
Oh my God. So yeah, listen, guys. For you guys in the UK, just to let you know, check out my post on Instagram. Batman Unmasked is happening. It's the 85th anniversary of the Dark Knight himself. They're running 2 shows, starting from July on towards September. But they're gonna have they're gonna have a Batman exhibition in Manchester. Then it's coming to London. It's gonna have all sorts of movie props from the films. Shout outs to Warner Brothers and DC UK. They sent me out some gifts yesterday, and they've launched a website so you can get on the waiting list. So check that out, guys. That's gonna be pretty cool. And what else, man? Bro, I honestly feel like there's still stuff I haven't even posted about and talked about. But shout out to the guys at Paramount UK for sending me the Bob Marley kit as well. You guys are the best, man. I'm telling you, you guys absolutely spoil me. Bob Marley One Love is out to buy on digital now. Go grab your copy. The digital copy's out. There's a physical copy. Go get it, man. It's a great film. But shout outs to Paramount UK. Aioli, yeah, man, so much, bro. And then they sent me out the F Dogs for Snack Shacks, bro. Shout out to Paramount UK for hooking a brother up. They give us the interviews. They give us the goodies. You know this shit is free, bro. What we do in the podcast. So when we get gifts, that's nice, nice, nice. Like, and what the LP I'm gonna give to Dad, but he doesn't have an LP player, so I'll listen to it for a little while before he gets an LP player. But yeah, no, shout out to them, man. There's nothing else, bro. Let's jump into the. What was the retro movie? What did
It
you watch,
was.
bro?
But this week's retro movie review is The Burbs.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it popped up and we was like, you know what, let's watch it. And I introduced it to the missus. 1989, Tom Hanks. It's got Carrie Fisher in it. It's got Corey Feldman in it. Bro, you forget again. It's so good to kind of revisit these movies because you forget how good they are. You forget how simple they are, and you forget how entertaining they are and how silly they can be. But also an element of how judgmental people can be, but also like what's going on in your neighborhood. I mean, this movie was based in one neighborhood and a community of people, and then there's one outcast of family who's just not, getting involved with the neighborhood. So it's like if you're not getting involved and you keep it to yourself, immediately, the neighborhood starts talking. And now look, in this case, they got it right. They were next to some murderous family and whatnot. But it does show that element. And Tom Hanks at one point in the movie had a breakout moment and got pissed off with the other neighbors. Like, well, maybe they just want to be left alone, and we just we judged them and all that sort of stuff. But end of the day, they were right. They were doing some murder and shit like that. But it's so good, and it's just like it's so entertaining in the sense that you've got these ordinary dudes who just want to protect their neighbor. Do you know what I mean? Like it has that neighborhood feeling, and when you live in a city where we live in, and even in Tottenham where we were born and raised, you don't have that. I mean, these movies kind of like, and I'm sure in the US you don't have it unless you live really in the suburbs, and that's what this movie
Yeah,
was,
yeah, yeah.
suburbs, right? It showed that element of a neighborhood, of a community. And you don't get that in these cities, man. I live in a community here. I don't know my neighbors and shit, right? In Tottenham, I was born and raised. You hardly know our neighbors. We've got a couple of neighbors and whatnot. So this was about people protecting their neighborhood, Like, who are those people? Why are they here? How come we haven't heard from them? There's some dodgy shit going on. We need to protect our neighborhood. Almost like, group of kids like Stranger Things or whatnot, you know what I mean? Which I'm sure was influenced by what got influenced by this as well in a way.
Definitely, bro. Definitely.
But yeah,
Without a
man.
doubt, that was influenced with that. But
Yeah, funny
it's a
movie, great
fantastic
movie.
movie, man. I love that movie. That's like one of my favorite comedy movies. Like I can watch that anytime, any place, even if it's the last 5 minutes. Like I can watch that movie. But there's that scene with Tom Hanks, and he does it so well when they do get in the house and they get invited in, and they give them the crackers and the sardines.
Oh, the sardines. Who gives sardines? It was pretzels and sardines. It's like who?
That's it. That's it. Pretzels and sardines.
It was so butters. And his wife looked at him like the women rejected, but when it came to him, his wife were like, just do it. Like, why?
Don't be rude. Don't be rude. Just do it. Just do it. See it.
So
That
butters.
was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. There were some key moments in that movie that are, in history of movies, man. But it's one of the greats, man. I'm telling you. Great comedic
Yeah.
timing, great silliness to it. Corey Feldman, just the guy chilling there with his friends, having a game, watching his neighbors doing silly shit.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what this movie does. Like, you got Corey Feldman's character, this young dude with his friends. It's like, where's your parents? How do you afford to live there? But yeah, they're having a game. You got what's his name's character? Bruce Dern, who's the army guy, the old army guy with a fit wife. So you're asking, how the hell did he pull that off? Because she's fit, and then he's just this random military dude who's got all the equipment in the world and whatnot. Then you got the kind of the Dumbo, reckless dude who was Rick. I'm just gonna call him Rick. But yeah, I'm not gonna try and pronounce no more names today. I'm tired. You know what I mean? And you so that's what you love about it. You got characters in the movie that just kind of like question you, but they're opposed. It's like the Goonies almost. Like you know, it's they're supposed to be these random characters, not supposed to be just normal neighbors, and they try and investigate. You got these certain characters who have these characteristics.
No, you got to have that, and that's what makes that movie special, bro. Is those each of those characters play a priceless character in each of the in that movie. They each have some silly, funny moments where you're like, "Oh my god, that's cringy. How did they do that?" But it works so well. They've got great comedic timing, man. They smashed that film.
Definitely. And
That's something
seeing
I
young,
watch again.
young Tom Hanks as well, which, you know, again, it's funny because he was on vacation in this movie and it's always like, you know, going to the lake and whatnot. It's like, can a guy just chill at home and have vacation at home? That's what how I want to spend my time. And then he ends up falling into this sort of investigation on the
On the
house
neighbors.
and neighbors and whatnot. So, you know, hey, listen, when neighbors are doing creepy shit, it does make you scary. But I remember growing up in Tottenham, and we will make up shit about our neighbors. I'll never forget. Can't remember their names now, man. But there at the end of the road, there was a guy that you and with Mosan, and there was a couple of other guys, other friends. You made up a
Yeah,
story about a dude, a cannibal who lived at the end of our road, right? Now, as kids, that's some scary shit. But the visuals that you lot put out there saying that, you lot said some dumb shit. Like this dude at the end of of our road in Tottenham pulled out a head, a decapitated head. And me as a young kid would be scared shitless. Like I remember you guys describing him as a fat dude with a gray jumper and whatnot. So as a kid, I visualized that. You get scared, and this is what you feel like in your neighborhood. I mean, it's the same thing that these lot are going through. They're seeing some shit. Obviously, these are actually seeing some shit in the neighborhood, and they're visualizing things. They're getting scared. They're like, something's going on in the neighborhood. So it's also like, like I said, that neighborhood protection or what's going on in your neighborhood and whatnot. And this
yeah.
like, portrays that.
Neighborhood watch, neighborhood watch,
Neighborhood watch,
neighborhood
yeah.
watch.
Oh man, it's great. It's great to see
Bloody,
Tom
I can't
Hanks.
believe you
Yeah.
remember that, bro. Fucking hell.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. This is what I love about watching. This is what I love about movies. This is what I love about watching and revisiting old school movies because it brings back old school memories. You know what I'm trying to say? Like
Yeah.
this is the joy that movies bring to me because certain movies will bring up certain memories in my head, be it about what we've been up to, family stuff, what dad might have said, or whatever it is, and I'm like that's the movies are memories and not just memories on the big screen but memories that trigger off memories that we lived through. I love that. That's what I love about movies, and this movie triggered off that memory here, which is crazy. So yeah,
Bro,
what's trying to remember those
let's
friends names. I can't remember their names, man. Anyway,
so many, man. Well,
yeah,
Andrew Gregory,
no, it wasn't Andrew Gregory. It was
Mosan.
Oh, I really can't. I think the guy who was in my year, his name was Eddie, if I remember correctly.
Oh, wait, the Filipino family or
No. They were white guys, man. The one who's in my class, we were in primary school. So the guy was in my class. His name was Eddie, I think, and he had an older brother who was in your year. He was
what?
in
Darren Hat.
Yes, hat. Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes, yes,
the
yes,
Hat
yes. That's it.
brothers,
Yes,
the
yes.
Hat
That's
brothers.
it. There
Yes, the
you
Hat
go. There you
brothers.
go. There you go.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Wow. There you go. That's what
Listen,
I'm
bro, let's do a
saying.
tribute one next week for the retro trailer review. Let's do Big Trouble in Little China. Have we done that already?
We done that already, man. Shit, you're
Oh
forgetting
man.
things. That's what I'm saying. That movie, we spoke about it. It reminds us of Nabil. That's my point. Like we these movies, man, whatever it is, they bring back memories of people. So yeah, we done Big Trouble in Little China and we spoke about Nabil.
Oh man. All right, cool. Yeah. All right, listen.
We'll find another
Uh,
one for next week. Yeah, let's think of one to do for next week, man.
all right, let's do it, man. Let's do that next week. All right, cool. Uh,
All
shall I wrap
right,
this up?
that's it. Wrap it up, man. Take us out, man.
Listen, guys, again, apologies for such a messy episode from me anyway. I'm not going to apologize for Gilman not saying the names properly. That's this is the episode, bro. This is the episode. Hold on, let me put
You can't laugh at someone who's got dyslexic, bro.
no, that's true. That's true. Sorry,
what's the word? That's the
if you're gonna take that picture, take it with me here, bro. With
oh yeah, that's
my hairstyle.
but I can't read for shit. I ready? 1, 2, 3. My reading is
even Nia's laughing.
it's a comedy show, man. My reading is a comedy show. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell the listeners, but hey, they like whoever listens, our committed listeners already know that I can't read for shit, and I don't give a fuck. So it's cool.
All right, apologies from me, guys. It's been absolutely busy, and I'm sorry I've just come on the last minute, but it's kind of just died down right now. That is something that we need to work on with timing and the rest of it. There's so much going on, but apologies from my side. But thank you so much for the support on the channel as well, guys. Make sure you're checking out. Sorry, there we go. Make sure you check out all the links to donate to Palestine. I'm going to find some new links to donate to the people in Sudan and Congo as well. So, guys, make your donations on there. I want to say thank you for that. And yeah, listen, follow us on the social media journeys. We recently blew up on Instagram. Massive thank you on that one. I popped out this basic X-Men meme, and it's been getting loads of love, but people have come onto the channel, but it's not even that. I've got to say that the power of putting out a meme is insane, is that we got to, there's a couple of people that we're going to get on here, some artists that we're going to talk about the AI stuff, but there's a couple of British comedians that have got in contact with us that want to come onto the podcast to talk about pop culture, but they want to talk about their comedy as well, which is amazing, bro. So
Awesome.
Massive thank you for the guys that have reached out to me. I'm so sorry. It's hard to keep up with everything, but we'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually. But all right, cool. Massive thank you. Let's wrap up there before Nia goes crazy.
All right, we out. Peace.
One love. Peace.